Greetings, retro lover. This is Ethan, aka the Ghost Mall, coming to you yet again from my home studio. I produce 80s and early 90s retro synth pop and soundtrack style music, and this video is going to bring you 3 recent releases in the retrowave scene that I've been loving over the past month and hopefully introduce you to some new artists you haven't heard yet. So here we go. This is Retrowave Faves for July of 2018. All right, friends, welcome to another episode of Retrowave Faves, where I bring you some of the retrowave tunes that I've been jamming out to recently and have had on repeat. My whole intent with this series is to introduce fans of retro-inspired music to new artists they may not have heard yet, or at least new records and songs that you might not have heard from some of your favorite artists. And in each video, I bring you 3 tunes, and so let's go ahead and get started. I wanted to apologize for not being able to bring you an episode of Retrowave Faves last month in June. I was traveling, but we're going to start with a tune that was slated for an episode last month that I just absolutely love, and that actually the release has come out since I heard the tune for the first time, and it's now available. So let's go ahead and start with a tune by a pair of great synth artists, both composers as well as an amazing vocalist. This is a tune called Streets from the recent EP of the same name by Canadian synthwave artist Moonrunner83, collaborating with a sensational vocalist and composer named McDuffee. I heard this song for the first time on a preview on Facebook, I think, and it literally gave me chills. And so I was thrilled to hear that they were making an EP together. It's a 6-song record. Let me go over here and show you what that looks like. So this is the Streets EP from Moonrunner83. And I was in touch with Megan to talk about it and how it sort of came to be. It's a 6-song record, really in the synthwave style. And Megan collaborated with Moonrunner83 on 4 of the 6 tracks. It also features some additional Canadian synthwave talent. Vic Kapoor, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Please forgive me if I'm not. Provides vocals on a couple other tracks here, as well as Dicecum Incorporated is featured on 2 tracks. So it's just a really amazing record with sort of retro-futuristic, synthwave, cyberpunk kind of a feel to it. I really love how it combines sort of dark synth textures with really great melodies. And so Streets was the first tune I heard from the EP. It's eponymous to the EP. And like I said, it gave me chills. The production is impeccable. The lyrics are amazing. The melody and the vocal production, the vocal delivery is incredible. And in some correspondence when I was talking to Megan about the record and how it came together, first of all, she told me a really interesting anecdote that she and Moonrunner83 met up online when Moonrunner83 was seeking a collaborator for the EP. But Megan's here in the United States, and Moonrunner83 hails from Calgary, Alberta in Canada, but somehow they got connected through a message board via Ireland. I'm not sure how it happened, but whatever the case may be, I guess it was fate, because they made an awesome record. So yeah, so I'm going to play you this single, but please go check out the entire EP. It's 6 tunes, like I said. It's available here on Bandcamp, and I'll, of course, provide links in the description to this video to all of these artists so you can stream or download the record. It's available for download here, but Megan also let me know that it's going to be coming out to streaming platforms like Spotify on August 1st, so in just a day or 2. So if that's your jam, then go check it out there. But in the meantime, let's jump in to Moonrunner83 and McDuffie's Streets, and I'm going to chime in, let you know a little bit more about why I think this tune is particularly awesome. Love that ambient intro, really sets the tone. And this sort of synth brass, almost Vangelis style harp anchors the track from here on out. And just the tone of it is incredible. Megan has such an evocative voice, and her lyrics are amazing. I love that chorus. Incredible harmonies, incredible synergy between the vocals and the synths. Also extremely well produced drums and percussion on this track, just impeccable. You can never go wrong with a little bit of saxophone for a retro feel. Again, atmospheric is just the word that comes to my mind with this track. So much atmosphere, dark, kind of sexy, futuristic cityscape kind of a picture comes into my head. I also love how it combines some true retro elements, like that Phil Collins-esque Tom Phil saxophone solo, analog brass, with some more futuristic kind of vibes. Just all around production value here is amazing. From sound design to mixing and mastering, the vocal production, like I said. Makes the hair on my arms stand up. Love that outro. Just let it hang there. All right, there you have it. That is our first number for RetroWave Faves for July of 2018. That is Streets from Moonrunner83 and Megan McDuffie working together. Again, as I said, I just love the atmosphere and the sort of evocative way that all the elements came together. I think that Megan's lyrics and vocals provided the perfect counterpoint to the incredibly punchy drums and percussion and those great retro sounding analog synths from Moonrunner83. So please, if you haven't, go ahead and head out and to Bandcamp, or if it's after August 1st, evidently Spotify, and give the entire EP Streets a listen. It features Megan on 4 tracks, but all 6 tracks are awesome. I picked it up myself, and it's definitely not to be missed, especially if you are into the outrun or synthwave kinds of subgenres of retro music, or just anything having to do with a sort of neon noir or retro futuristic or cyberpunk kind of a feel. You're going to get your money's worth with this. In my correspondence with Megan, she said that their aim was really to create a kick-ass and well-produced EP, and I think that they hit it out of the park in that respect. So check out Streets from Moonrunner83 and Megan McDuffie. Okay, our second track featured this month comes from a producer who just sort of came across my radar within the last few weeks, but who I've been absolutely loving to get to know with respect to his music. His name is Jay Diggs, and the track that we're going to feature this month is called Black Heart. Now, Jay is somebody who I've found brings together so many cool musical elements in a sort of unique way. It's definitely retro, but the way that he combines sort of both elements of synth wave in the truest sense, as well as sort of some rock elements, maybe some 80s rock, as well as R&B elements, which you know I love in his music. If you check out his Bandcamp right now, he has a number of singles available. All of them are great. Jay also has a wonderful YouTube channel, which I encourage you to check out if you want to see some of what he does behind the scenes. I'll link it up in the description. But in any case, this tune, Black Heart in particular, captured my attention with its synthesis of, as I said, some real synth wave / retro synth soundtrack kind of sounds with some great guitar that kind of is reminiscent of some rock and some amazing vocals from Jay himself. The second track this month with really impeccable lyricism, wonderful songwriting. So let's jump in and you can hear Black Heart, and I hope you'll love it just as much as I do, because this is definitely a new watermark, I think, for songwriting in the retro genres.
You only come out at night. You love the thrill. You're dangerous, but I still want you. We're young and we'll never die.
So we've got a great combo between the pulsing, hard synth bass with a more legato, smooth vocal. Awesome juxtaposition. And some lovely harmonies and little guitar on the right side there. This is just a great hook, lyrically, melodically. And those electric guitar licks might even bring to mind something like some Thriller era Michael Jackson. At least it does for me. You got a trail of broken hearts behind you. You really got me stunned. Girl, it's the biggest deal to me. But it's just another night till you. Yeah, Jay is the real deal in so many different ways, with the songwriting, as a vocalist, as a producer and arranger with the amazing synthesis of sound. Just brilliant.
You're addicted to the light. You left your mark. Now you know.
Great contrast from the chorus in this part of the bridge.
But all you wanna do is run, run, run.
Great guitar, little featured solo here. Kind of has almost a sort of what they call arena R&B feeling to it, something like The Dream might make, but more retro. This part would be right at home in the soundtrack of like an 80s action flick, for sure.
Dressed in all black, leather, hair down, high heel shoes, got on red lipstick. If she can get the girls to all black, leather, lickers and laced up boots, I might get addicted. You love no one but you. Dressed in black, leather, hair down, high heel shoes, got on.
Yeah, it's just great to see some awesome lyricists / songwriters making a name for themselves in the retrowave genre. We need more of that, I think, personally. All right. So that was Black Heart from Jay Diggs. somebody who's new to me might be new to you as well, but not exactly new to the scene, and certainly to music making. Guy has definitely been on his production game for a long time now. As I said, I invite you to go check out all of his singles on Bandcamp. A lot of amazing songwriting going on here all around. And another tune that I love from Jay is up on his SoundCloud as well as on his YouTube. But he did a cover of maybe one of my very favorite retro songs, certainly from the 70s, What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. So wish I had time to feature more of Jay in this episode, but maybe in the next one. Go check out his YouTube, go check out his Bandcamp and his SoundCloud. Definitely give Blackheart a download if you enjoyed it. And shout out to Jay. Keep doing what you're doing because it's killer. All right, and our third and final feature of the month comes from just a terrific guy and an amazing producer, IndiGhost. IndiGhost hails from Perth, Australia, and has got a pretty extensive discography here on Bandcamp. But he just recently released an EP called Incomplete, which is a total misnomer if you ask me, because as far as retro EPs go, this is a complete release to me. This is a great release. You know, if you've been following me for any amount of time, that I love sort of funky, soulful retro tracks here at the Ghost Mall. And this recent EP from IndiGhost definitely fits the bill, especially the featured song, which is called I Want to Be the Cool Kid. And when I first heard this, I just had it on repeat. I've had it on repeat for the better part of a month. And now that the EP has been officially released on Bandcamp, I went out and downloaded it. All 6 tracks are amazing and pretty diverse, actually. They all have a penchant for great melodies and really authentically retro sounds and sort of that nostalgic mix of upbeat, but also sort of bittersweet that I love and try to, hit with my music. So props to IndiGhost for doing that with his most recent EP. But I Want to Be the Cool Kid is just my favorite jam of them all. And when I first heard it, I dropped him a note on SoundCloud and said, if you wrote this song, then you're already the cool kid in my book. So let's check it out. Great ARP there. Really brings you in. Ready for the beat to drop. Great combination of analog, synth brass, synth lead, and some more like sampled PCM brass there. Super punchy bass. Kind of song that makes me go straight back to the drawing board and get back to work to write funkier tracks. Oh no, the funky guitar ramping it up another 10 notches. Little panning synth ARP. Such a beautiful arrangement. And in all of his music, IndiGhost has demonstrated that he really has a gift for melody. And you can hear that with that synth lead here. I dare you, try not to dance to this, even in your seat. I can't do it. That funky, punchy bass gets its own little feature here with some awesome fills. The songs I like best are the ones who combine retro sounds with a bit of danceability, something funky, but also that sort of bittersweet atmosphere. tunes here. And this is quintessentially all of those things. And then he brings in more of that funky guitar on the panned hard left and hard right. Sort of they get their own featured moment here. Break it down with some cool drum fills. Awesome chords with that synth poly. Some little chromatic half steps there, walking down. And that little fill of more authentic sounding brass rather than like an analog synth brass. That could be from like an M1 or something, just a guess. But I love that. It just punctuates things. Some of my favorite 80s artists like Naked Eyes, who were my biggest inspiration, or Boingo Boingo, they were brilliant at integrating those sort of real brass kind of parts to punctuate stuff, and there you have it. And of course, before the song plays us out, he had to bring back that funky lead. The album art for Incomplete is just also beautiful and totally evocative of where this song takes me in my head, even before I'd ever seen the album art. It's kind of a lengthy track, but it earns it because I could jam out to that all day. It's almost like 6 minutes isn't enough of that song. All right. Well, there you have it. That is 3 of 3 for our Retrowave Faves in July 2018. That is I Want to Be the Cool Kid from IndiGhost from his very recently released EP, Incomplete. Definitely worth a pickup. I got it like as soon as I realized it was out. And definitely, if you haven't, go back and check the rest of IndiGhost's back catalog here on Bandcamp and also on SoundCloud, because somebody who's has been making great retro wave stuff for a long time. All right, so that's it. We had Moonrunner83 and Megan McDuffie with Streets. We had Jay Diggs with Black Heart, and we had IndiGhost with I Want to Be the Cool Kid. Thanks for tuning in to Retrowave Faves for July of 2018. As I already mentioned, links will be in the description to this video for where you can stream and or download all of these songs, and also check out the rest of the music from these incredible artists. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to give it a like, and definitely subscribe on YouTube, because this is a feature that I bring out every month. 3 new Retrowave tunes that I can't get out of my head, bring to you and share them with you so that you can enjoy them as well. And we do a lot of other things here on the Go Smalls channel. I give you behind the scenes looks at my tunes that I'm currently producing, let you know more about retrowave music production and songwriting in general, and just sort of vibe out to all things retro and all things nostalgic. So please give us a subscribe if you enjoyed this, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Go out and listen to these guys some more. Take it easy.